Okay guys, this video is going to show you how to set up a trout reel all the way from the backing to the end of the tippet. And you're going to start out with just a plain old piece of backing here. And to begin with, you're going to pull that into a loop. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab it over itself like this. And then I'm going to make an overhand knot with this loop. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over and pinch it. And then pass the loop that I created through the loop that I made 2 times. This is going to be a double surgeon's loop, and the second time through is a little tricky, but you can keep it pinched and go ahead and grab it on through. And then you're going to gently tighten it up so you don't have a lot of excess. As you can see, that's going to create just your basic loop in the end of the fly line and then one little piece of tag, which you're going to cut off. So we'll go ahead and cut that. You want it to be fairly neat, but ultimately this is probably never going to show. Alright, now once you have your loop made, this could not be easier really. Just go ahead and take the loop, put your fingers through it like that, and grab the actual line and pull it through. So basically what you've made here is a slip loop. You can pull it up tight, slide it back and forth, etc. Now in this case I've got an old school reel. This reel has a closed frame, and as you can see you can't really go through that once you've put the spool in there, so you've got to take that into account. If you have a reel like this, pass your loop through the reel frame itself before you ever put it on the spool. You can go ahead and run that down the backing and set it aside. Then get your spool and run this open loop you've made over the spool. What you'll find is if you run it in this direction, it'll slide, and when you reel the spool forward you won't get anywhere. However, if you find that's the case, just loosen it up and flip it around. This is going to change depending on which side of the reel you reel from, if you're left-hand retrieve or right-hand retrieve. So just basically guess and check. Put it on there. If it doesn't work, flip it over and do it the other way. Now as you can see, once you've got it locked into place like this, it'll actually wind. So you can go ahead and set it in your frame, but as you do, you want to be really careful that you're not trapping that line underneath. So as you put it on there, keep an eye on it. You want it to go ahead and lay in there gently and not get caught between, see, the frame and the spool here. Then when you turn it over, you go ahead and push it into place and it will actually pick up line. If you wind it the other direction all the way out, it might slide, and if it's doing that to you, you need to be sure you flip it around and make that loop go the other way. Alright, now we're going to do the next knot.